Sort of God, dude. It's been too fucking long. All right, we're live. Aloha, everyone. We are live and inspired today. This is the Gentleman Cocktails. I am one of your hosts, Gregory Cobra, also known on the interwebs as Handsome Cobra, and the other host. Oh, baby. Oh. Okay. Sounds good. You ready?
The handsomest of cobras.
I know.
Watch out, he'll bite you, ladies.
I know.
I'm Chris. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I was about ready to say. I was waiting for like your intro. I mean, I can intro you. And hi, everybody. This is Chris Schwartzlander, writer, author of Tripping Over Reality. Also, sometimes my co-host when he wants to be.
Yes.
Only in those special moments.
Sometimes.
But yes, this is our
when stuff is working properly.
Hey, you actually have HD, man. That's pretty cool, man. Your HD's working, or it was working. Gosh damn it, dude. But yeah,
what?
I said your HD camera was working for a minute, and then it like stopped. Your internet's so shitty. But yes, this is our Memorial Day special. Sorry, we've been offline or off the grid for like going on 3 weeks now. Just to let you know, update. I got sick, so
things have happened.
Yeah, and then Google Hangouts did not want to play nice. I tried to learn OBS, and then I was like, "Fuck this shit. This is pretty fucking intense." So I was trying to do Skype recording, and I couldn't figure out my fucking Skype shit because it's been so long since I've Skyped a person in a million years. And then Chris tried to give me his stuff, and then lo and behold, I mean, the gods shined upon us and said, "Okay, we forgive you."
It's still outdated,
and we'll let fucking Hangouts play again for you, Cobra and Nimrod. It's like, I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. So yeah, we are totally live and inspired today, and we are totally going to get into some comic books if that's totally cool with Chris, and probably some other stuff too.
Google Hangouts.
Yeah, and probably get into some Avengers because I know it's been like fucking forever since this has been like a month now since it's been out, and we haven't even reviewed it.
Absolutely, I mean, yep.
But
yeah.
Yeah. So real quick, man, there is one thing that I wanted to get into since we are going to be doing comic books, and also too, Chris, whatever you want to talk about, man. Oh yeah, and happy Memorial Day weekend to you, Chris, kind sir. You being a veteran.
Happy Memorial Day weekend, and God bless all of our fallen brothers and sisters.
Exactly. That is good.
Hope they're in a better place now.
I know. Good. Exactly.
At least they don't have to deal with Google Hangouts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one war they don't have to fight.
I'm sure they have
the Hangouts. Goddamn. But yes, and happy Memorial Day to everyone too that is watching as well, and will watch in the future. So yeah, thank you all. And if you have loved ones who are veterans of foreign wars or just veterans as well, we wish them all the best. And if someone has fallen in your family, we wish you the best as well. And yeah, and all that jazz. I'm bad at speeches. I'm so sorry. I'm like the worst. But yes, but thank you. Thank you. And happy Memorial Day to everybody. God bless. God bless us all. And I can't remember. That was like from what, the Christmas Carol or some shit? Or
Yep. We got a lot to cover because it's been a while since we've talked.
It has, man. So
what do you want to talk about? Let's get this out of the way.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead.
Red Dead Redemption 2. There, I've mentioned it.
Okay, yeah.
Thrown it into the show.
Well, it's
Um,
I know that it's
just get
online
that out
now.
of the way.
The beta's over and it's fucking it's doing its online thing just like GTA 5. Have you played any online yet?
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I can't because my internet's so bad. My ping times are horrible.
Oh, really? You it's
I'm just
rated
hoping that since the beta's over with, that they'll start working on some actual single player campaign DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've taken off of it, man,
One
for
moment.
yeah, no, good, man.
You're good. You're good.
Oh,
I
okay.
was just. You're fine.
Okay. Well, thanks, man. Usually people like to say I'm beautiful or handsome, but it's like fine's nice
I
too,
need a
I guess.
studio.
No, you're good, man. Hey, dude, it's like we work with what we work with. It's like I wish this room
I
was
need a
soundproof,
studio.
but it's not.
Maybe I should just move it to the bathroom. Just do the show on the toilet.
There.
No one will bother me there.
Oh no, you're good, bro. But no, no, I was gonna say that it's crazy, man, because I've been playing some video games of late. I won't get into any of them really, but I'll just I've been playing Rage 2, Metal Gear Solid 5, the definitive experience. What else? Or not Rage 2. What did I say? Rage 2. Rage, the first Rage on Xbox 360. I picked that up for like less than $13 at Walmart. And because Rage 2 is coming out, I'll probably get that Rage 2 next month. I want to get the definitive collection of that. Um, um, I need to pick up Wildlands again because I still need to do.
Nice.
I need to finish that. Yeah. What? Oh, Batman Arkham Knight. I picked up a little bit of that on the PS4. I mean, I'm kind of playing video. I mean, because I was sick, so like I literally couldn't do anything except that, and basically puke from like both ends. It was just nuts. And in between playing video games, of course, not WoW. But yeah, so doing that. A lot of sleeping. But yeah. What else? Oh, I got but yeah, what I wanted to talk about, one of the things was the new. Okay, so have you heard about the Tom King run coming to an end? Not at 100, but at 80.
I have.
Okay, because so if
I have.
whoever
I
is
have.
not in the know, what Chris and I what we're talking about, Tom King announced that his whole Batman run from beginning of Rebirth, Batman Rebirth #1, all the way to his run would be 100 issues, a solid 100. Well, after issue 50, when it was supposed to be the wedding issue, when there really was no fucking wedding, and everybody got bamboozled and pretty much shanghaied into buying all this shit, the prelude to the wedding, all this wedding invitation books and shit like that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
goes and pulls the rug out
Yeah.
underneath people and just like haha. And I got off Tom King's Batman way before that. I thought the first 3 volumes were pretty solid. I actually enjoyed them. I haven't kept up with Tom King. I know a lot of it's Batman, so it sells, but it's not selling like it should, because you have to understand that Batman
Yeah.
is basically,
Yeah.
even though Superman is a template for superheroes and all that shit, Batman is their not Golden Boy, but is their star of approval, right? I mean, is basically that's that's their meal
Yeah,
ticket.
he's always been a solid seller.
Yeah. I mean, but he's the one who sells the most.
Yeah.
Batman. Superman is
Well,
like
he's one of
number
the
4.
Trinity. Yeah, he's one of the Trinity. If it's Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman, it's going to sell.
Yeah.
Batman has always been a pretty good seller, with probably the exception of a limited period in the '60s when they were suffering from the you know, the downswing of the TV show when it went off the air, and people were kind of sick of the campy stuff that they were putting in the comics to keep up with the TV show. But other than that, Batman's always been a pretty solid seller.
Yeah, and the thing is that a lot of people are speculating that because Tom King went into he had a meeting with like the WB execs, and basically because Warner Brothers owns DC Comics, and so he basically laid out what he wanted to do, and what he said was that basically he wanted to change Batman for generations, and they were like, okay, great, cool, that's awesome, and people are speculating that they're like, hey, whatever this Tom King guy wants to do, fucking nix that shit, in the bud. We ain't changing fucking Batman. He's our top seller. We got the Batman coming out with either Robert Pattinson or Nicholas Hoult. I actually think it's going to be Robert Pattinson because of the simple fact that you have all these people. I mean, the dude's been doing costume tests. The dude's been doing line reads. Nicholas Hoult is on the short list, plus Aaron Taylor Johnson, the guy who played Kick-Ass and Quicksilver in the Marvel Age of Ultron. I mean, he's on the short list as well, but they're basically saying that Nicholas Hoult, Hollywood Reporter, is saying that no, man, Robert Pattinson is basically their person that they want. The thing is that they're making damn sure that they don't have a fuck up like they did with the Batfleck. Right? They don't want that shit. They're like, hey, listen, look, we want to lock this guy down. We want to make damn sure that he knows what he's getting into, because, if you're not familiar with Robert Pattinson, he was in Twilight. He also played Cedric Deidre or Dungledy or whatever the fuck his name is from Goblet of Fire. That's where he got some fame. But he's also played in a really good movie, The Rover, High Life, Good Time, and a lot of other indie movies. And I've seen a few interviews with him on Howard Stern, and he seems like a really down-to-earth dude. I mean, I didn't realize, I thought he was Australian, but apparently he was born in the UK. So, and yeah, he's just a down-to-earth dude.
Yeah. A lot of people seem to be down on that casting choice. And to them, I have to say, look, just chill out. Everyone was down on the casting choice of Michael Keaton being Batman.
Yeah.
Including myself. But when the movie came out, it blew us all away. So
yeah,
give it a chance. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
And also too, I mean, the guy
redeemed himself.
I mean, he's 33. See, I thought that he was younger. I didn't realize that he was in his mid-30s. Because like
I thought he was younger too.
Yeah, I thought he was like at least like 28, 27, But I mean, yeah, I mean, Batman's his prime is like mid-30s. So I mean, he's pretty damn close. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's like Superman too. I mean, that's like pinnacle Superman and Batman is mid-30s. So and
oh yeah.
But yeah, but getting back to Tom King stuff is that basically, yeah, I mean, they're probably like, yeah, we got the Batman coming out next year. We cannot fuck this up, and so, but there, and so so they haven't announced who's taken over yet, the Tom King run or after Tom King's run of 85, but they did announce that Tom King's run at issue 85 will wrap up this December. And in starting January, a maxi series 12 issue called Batman and Catwoman will be coming out, wrapping up his story. Which I'm actually intrigued because I actually like Catwoman, Joelle Jones, what she's been doing with that story arc after the wedding. I think it's fucking great. It's fucking phenomenal. And Joelle Jones is a phenomenal artist as well too. And I've been collecting those issues, and I have the first volume, Copycats, which is it's really phenomenal. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but man, I do. And but
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I will say that's the one saving,
personally,
silver lining out of the whole fuck up. I'm glad I didn't invest in the wedding shit. But that's the one silver lining is Joelle Jones.
I personally am not the biggest. I'm not the biggest Tom King fan. I enjoyed his Mr. Miracle run. It was fun. A little simplistic but fun.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of Heroes in Crisis, as you know. It's probably one of the worst things I've read in years.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy about what he did with the whole wedding thing. So I'm not his biggest fan. So I don't really feel bad that he's not finishing his run on Batman. I wish him well, and I hope that the Batman Catwoman maxi series does well. I just I could take or leave him as far as writers go, but that's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean the only reason why I'm intrigued is because apparently Clay Mann is supposed to be on all 12 issues, so they actually have a photo of
That's cool.
It's either promotional art or like the cover of the first issue, and you see like Catwoman on Batman's back, and you see like Bruce is like her hand and his hand like right here, and she's kind of like wrapped around him very sensually and stuff like that. And so you see like Batman and Catwoman, and it says Batman Catwoman, and it's really cool, man. It's like if you ever get a chance, like Screen Rant is the
cool
official website. Yeah, I know. Who would have thunk it that Screen Rant would fucking a movie thing of all things would run. I mean, I guess the fucking news was pretty fucking slim that fucking week or 2 days ago, because to pull that out, because Jesus, I mean, they're getting desperate. But no, man. I mean, I read the article. It's actually really good.
They're running out. I mean, come on. They can't be out of celebrity gossip. I mean, come on.
Jesus, yeah. There's only so much you can talk about the Kardashians, and Kanye.
Yeah.
But
I just wish they'd stop talking about the Kardashians.
I know, it's like, yeah. I mean, dude, yeah. I can't believe that's they're still a thing. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. They're a shame. What else are you reading currently? I just picked up. I know you're not interested in it, but I just picked up Deceased, which is DC's Marvel zombie book. For lack of a better term, it's the DC zombie book, and it's the first issue is a lot of fun. It promises to be really cool. It's only a 6-issue run, so it should be interesting. I'm a big zombie fan, so I had to pick it up. I picked up every single run of Marvel Zombies, even though they started sucking after about 3. But I still had to get them. I love zombies. And Green Lantern is still solid. Wasn't a big fan of the last issue. Thought it was a little too much narrative, not enough action. If I wanted to read if I wanted to read a prose book, I'd pick up a fucking novel.
You didn't like the one of Adam Strange? I'm on issue 6, the one of Adam Strange.
No. The one with the Emerald Sands one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like I still haven't read that one. I mean, I got it. I just haven't read it. You said that's the latest one is now your cup.
It's okay.
That one starts a new story arc, right?
What's that?
I said the Emerald Sands, that starts a new story arc, right? Okay.
Yeah. It's actually, I think, a filler issue. I think the new story arc starts after that one.
Oh, is it? Okay. So it's just kind of like a one and done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fantastic Four is solid. Fantastic Four is solid. What else? Immortal Hulk is still solid.
Yeah, dude.
A lot of really interesting stuff happening in that.
And
go ahead.
No. You go. I'll say it afterwards.
Okay.
Well, it's funny you say that.
I'm still picking up the Decades books, which are a lot of fun. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
Got a little lag.
Go. You got it.
I think we got a little lag, but I'm still picking up the Decades books, which are a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Marvel Decades. It's graphic novels that represent each decade that Marvel has been in existence, and I'm really jazzed about the '70s one, which is all
Oh, monsters.
monsters.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Legion of Monsters. It's got a lot of really cool stuff from the old black and white horror mags and stuff. So this is going to be a lot of fun. And the '80s one came out as well, which is interesting. It's called Awesome Evolutions, and it has just a lot of the weird transformations that took place during the '80s.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, U.S. agent.
Which is really cool. I really wish they had concentrated more on the stuff that happened to the X-Men in the '80s, because that was probably their prime time. Late '70s, early '80s was the X-Men prime time. I would love to have seen them do just a solid X-Men thing, but that's cool. That's cool. They're all good reads if you like old Marvel stuff. And the next three should be interesting because they're more modern tales. But I'm really excited about them. Is Watson talking to you?
No, I'm trying. No, you asked me, man, like what stuff I've been reading, and I'm trying to, like, I have stuff all over my bookshelves that I kind of like put as like a display. Some of the books, and I was trying to think of like what the hell I've been reading. Oh, I really haven't been reading a lot, man. But dude, I've been so like inspired by I've been watching I haven't watched the Punisher season 2 on Netflix yet, but I think I'm like, I'm on issue I think like 7 or 6. It's fucking good, man. Like I like it. It's fucking great. And I just went to Dwayne's World and picked up the 12-issue run of Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon's Punisher Welcome Back Frank.
Really?
Yeah, the Marvel Knights. I have the first issue of it. It's fucking weird. I had it because
the first season was amazing.
Yeah, the first season's phenomenal of the Netflix Punisher, and I love John Barenthal, man. Like that dude, he's fucking, in my book, he can't do any wrong, man. He's a phenomenal actor, and like the first episode of this one is fucking great. I mean, of this season, and it's really really good.
Yeah.
But so that kind of inspired me to basically like, because I was looking through because I have old Punisher comic books, and
those are the Bradstreet covers, right?
Yeah, Tim Bradstreet. God, dude. Yeah, that's why I picked up #1 when it fucking came out, because I love Tim Bradstreet, because he did Shadowrun, he did White Wolf, Vampire Masquerade, all the art for the role playing game books, all the art for the Shadowrun books back in the day, and on the covers, interior art as well for characters and shit. Tim Bradstreet, man, he is fucking. If you do not know who Tim Bradstreet is, people, look that motherfucker. I mean, I just picked up a fucking issue of his. Oh shit, I'll get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Tim Bradstreet.
Yeah.
Punisher Max, issue 60.
Yep.
And like that is like fucking that. I love the art on it because it's so lifelike and so just and I love his depiction of Frank Castle. I mean, it's nothing like the John Barenthal, but I love it. It looks so good.
I have the entire run of I have the entire Punisher run.
Wait, what's up? You said you have the entire what? What? You said you have the entire what?
He's gone.
I'm here. Hello. I'm here, dude. I can hear you, dude.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
It's beautifully done.
Okay. No, what were you saying? You said you had the
entire run.
Oh, you do? I didn't know you were in the fucking Punisher, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, back in the day I was. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I picked.
Hell yeah.
I picked that one.
Reading the Punisher back in the 80s, man, from the Zek series, the Zek mini that came out, and you know, I've always been a big fan of his. He's very, he's very Dirty Harry. I know I've always been a big Dirty Harry fan, so
Really,
that's
pretty cool, man. Yeah,
yeah.
The one I have, like, I have the it's a story arc. It's called Requiem. It's called Final Days Requiem, or Final Days, and that's the one where fucking the Kingpin puts a hit out on Frank Castle, and Jigsaw's there, and Frank's face gets all fucked up, and basically, I mean, all these fucking hitmen, mafiosos, they're all going after Frank, and at the final page of the story arc is where Frank actually has like a surgery and stuff, and basically turns himself into basically an African American looking dude, kind of. I don't want to say blackface, but I mean it's just kind of like he becomes basically Soul Man, in the fucking comic, because he has the pigment augmentation and stuff like that.
He's doing a Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, exactly. Lincoln Osiris. But no, you're good, man. But yeah, I mean, but I thought that was like so cool, man. Like back in the day, and I actually own all those comics, man. And because I was flipping through them, I'm like, holy shit, man! I still got these. Fucking A, man. And
Did you read Frankencastle? I thought it was a lot of fun.
No,
it was
man,
silly, but it was fun because it had the Legion of Monsters in it, and
yeah, because I know that
Frank Castle became a Frankenstein monster. So,
well, yeah, and that's because like at the end of Garth Ennis's run, he dies, and then they like resurrect him to make him Frankencastle. It's like, holy fuck, man! And then I don't know what the hell happened. I guess, like I have no idea. Because everyone said that Garth Ennis's run, the way he went out was pretty baller, and then they do the Frankencastle stuff, and then how he got resurrected again. I mean, it's comics, so it's comic book mojo. But
who knows?
But
the guy's been dead twice, I think, 3 times.
But I will say, man, like the Punisher, like the interior art is okay in that, man. But those, like I got that the one that I showed, like I got that at Mr. Case for $1. It was in the dollar bin, man, and I was like,
dude, that's sweet.
I know, man, and I thought that maybe it was water damage or something or some shit. Maybe that's why. And then no, man, I took it out of the sleeve, man. It's fucking crisp as fuck. It's like a person like read it once and was like, eh. And then I'm just like, fuck, man, this is Tim Bradstreet. It's like, good God, man. And yeah, I just love how he has like that.
I have the entire Marvel Knights Ennis run, which is fantastic. When I met Ennis, I had him sign that for me along with Cross #1 and
really,
a bunch of other stuff he did. Man. But dude, he's really cool.
I will say, man, dude, I have no love for him when it comes to his hatred for the suits, man. I mean, I don't know why that guy is like so superhero people, but god damn, man. I mean, I'm just like, bro, like chill the fuck out. I mean, that's why I like the premise of the boys. Like the first volume was cool, man. but as it went along, I was
Yeah.
just like, God damn, man. It's like, and then he had like those
I had him
spin-off.
sign those too. Yeah.
It's like, was it oh God, man, there was like that one superhero orgy fest one that was so dumb.
Oh, Hero-gasm.
Yeah, that, Jesus Christ, man. And where they're like,
It
hey,
was
we're
an
gonna,
over-the-top, raunchy,
oh,
silly.
Jesus
It was
Christ,
just
yeah.
him being as raunchy and as gross as possible, and people ate it up. And there's uh,
Yeah, yeah, there's an
Amazon
audience.
Prime is releasing that series out soon, and that looks
Yeah.
interesting. I'm wondering how they're going to handle some of it, including the rape scene that happens between the one female superhero and the League.
Wait, you're talking about, well, it was almost. It wasn't a rape scene. I mean, they basically
It
told her.
was off. It was implied.
What do you mean? Wait, who are you talking about? You talking about the
I'm
new
gonna
recruit
I'm gonna have to
lady?
go back. I'm talking about, yeah, in the boys.
The Okay. I mean, Billy the Butcher's wife gets raped by
No, I'm not talking about
okay.
that. I'm talking about the superhero lady that joins up with their version of the Justice League, and wasn't she raped? I thought she was raped when she first joined.
No, they tried to basically initiate her by sucking the male the male superheroes off.
Yeah,
And what's her Maeve or whatever the fuck, the Wonder Woman knockoff lady, she's
yeah.
like, hell no, this ain't happening, you know. And she's like, get the fuck up. And she's like, that's you need to toughen up here, girl. I'm basically just
Oh,
told
yeah, that's right.
because the girl
Yeah,
was so enamored that, like, oh, I'm so happy, I'm so lucky to be here. Where's the weirdo looking dude?
yeah,
And he wasn't there, and
yeah.
or some shit. And they're like, okay, yeah, initiation time, get on your knees. And then the scuba dude's like, hey, stuff's going on here, I'm gonna fucking get in on this. And you see him trying to take off his fucking diver suit. It's like, Jesus Christ, bro. It's like, yeah, I mean, that's I mean, yeah, that's where I'm just like,
The whole thing is over the top.
that's why,
The
yeah,
whole thing's over the
I'm
top.
like, dude, yeah, this is where your fucking British fucking shit and my American isms, we just don't cross,
Well,
man. We don't cross streams, bro.
he was he was he was he was showing, the old adage that, with ultimate power, you know become, with what the hell is it? I'm really out of it today.
Ah, you're good, man. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely, and they're showing that, um, on a superhero scale, which I found interesting, but I just think in some places he went over the top in that story.
Yeah.
But then again, look at who you're talking about. You're talking about a guy who used to write. Didn't he write for 2000 AD? He did some Dread, didn't he?
Yeah. But that's
And that stuff's super over the top. So,
well,
but
okay,
not as bad. But
but Dread is kind of, but that's I love Dread though. I will say that because it's like, I mean, being morbidly obese
yeah,
or
I do
fat
too.
was illegal. It was the English British depiction of how they thought, American uh futurism would be, over here. And it's like,
Yeah,
and basically they were just fucking jealous, man, because we're the number one, first world country, man, in the world. So it's like, yeah, cool, right on, whatever, man.
yeah, because we're all fat.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. We have McDonald's. I mean, we brought McDonald's over there, man. So it's like, and we
On
kicked their
every
ass,
corner.
and they're still pissed at us. And when they are pissed at us, they call us the colonies.
I mean, think about it.
They're still bad. They're still mad over, what is it, 200 fucking years
Think
now.
about it. Think
Us
about it.
kicking our asses.
Think about it, Greg.
Memorial Day.
McDonald's
Always
McDonald's
remember.
McDonald's is so prevalent that there's even a McDonald's in Hampton, which is in the middle of nowhere.
That is true. Holy shit, yeah.
I mean, how many stores are in Hampton? There's a Subway and a McDonald's, and that's it. And a Roadrunner.
Oh my God.
A gas station.
I can't believe there's not a Starbucks there, man.
I'm surprised they haven't put one in Roan Mountain yet.
Really? They do not have a McDonald's in Roan Mountain. They have the Taco Bell though.
In Hampton?
I thought there was a Taco Bell. Really?
No.
Oh shit. No. Okay.
No, man. If you blink, you drive right through Roan Mountain. There's a taco truck. I'm sorry. There's a food truck, and then there's a taco place, a Mexican restaurant, and a BP, and I think that's the extent of it, and a pharmacy, and that's it.
And out the back,
there's also a Cloudland grocery store. I don't know if you've ever shopped there.
What's that?
Well, they got to have that. They got to have the pharmacy there so you can go pick up your meth.
Yeah, out the back. It's like, oh, that's that special prescription. Yeah. Just meet me out back in like 10 minutes. Let me get Esther here, like asthma medicine.
I'm just kidding. Roan Mountain Pharmacy is awesome. I don't want any hard feelings. Those people over there are real sweet.
Oh man, we're just joshing.
They're real nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we know they sling crack, but that's what they really
do. Yeah, they don't. They don't deal with
Sudafed and all that bullshit.
They don't deal with meth.
That herbal rape
shit.
They be freebasing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Salvia.
They listen to white lines too much. It's like
all they do is sell salvia and bath salts.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, shit.
But
anyway, back to
Garth Ennis, yeah.
No, awesome.
I mean, I do.
Well, I mean, look at Cross. I don't know. Did you read it? Did you read any of the Cross?
I tried to read the first issue, man. It's just not my forte, man. I mean, unfortunately, I mean, I know, dude. I know. I'm not.
That was super over the top.
I'm not Garth. I mean, I'm not. If I met the man, I would probably shake his hand or give him a fist bump and be like, "Yo, Ennis, what up, bro?" And the dude, if he tried to punch me in the face, I mean, then we would have problems. But at the end of the day, I know I'm not his demographic, other than like his Punisher, because I actually like his writing in the Punisher. But when it comes to like superheroes in general, it's like you poo-poo them every goddamn time you get to do it, or you just don't write them. And I'm like, thank Christ.
He writes super over the top stuff. And if you met him, you wouldn't expect that, though. He's very unassuming, very nice, very soft-spoken. You'd think he'd be a raving lunatic like Alan Moore, but he's not.
Well, I gotta tell you, man, I love Alan Moore. I love that dude. It's just
I do too, but if I met him, I wouldn't be surprised if he jumped up on the table and claimed he was the greatest wizard that ever lived, and then did some magic and was surprised that we could all still see him.
I know he would give Randy Pitchford, the co-founder of Gearbox, a run for his money, with like fucking magic cards and shit. He was like, Randy, I'm a real wizard. I live in the cave of wonders.
He's not.
Right.
He's insane, but an amazing writer. He's an amazing writer, but he's insane.
It's like Randy.
He never likes the movie adaptation
and make you levitate and blood will split out. What's that?
He never likes the movie adaptation of his work, yet he continues to sell them. I mean,
Well, I mean, I understand.
If you don't like it, then don't sell it.
Well, I mean, I understand why, because the simple fact is that he, because he says, and I've seen interviews with him, and he makes sense. I mean, to a certain degree, where it's like, listen, look, man, the Watchmen was made for the comic book medium. It was not made for the movie medium. That's why I don't want my name attached to this shit. I mean, it's
but
like
it was a beautifully done film.
I know. I'm not arguing with you on that one. That's
Yeah.
Zack Snyder, but
I can see him complaining about League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Well, yeah, because that
But
was more
Watchmen
more of
was great.
a movie
From
made
Hell
made by
was
committee.
serviceable.
What's up?
Yeah.
What was that? You said what was serviceable?
From Hell was serviceable. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, I like that too. Honestly, man, I don't like From Hell. I think the if I'm being perfectly honest, the graphic novel, the art shit, in my personal opinion. I mean, I don't care for
Oh,
the
it's
art.
some of the worst art I've ever seen.
That's why I don't. That's why when you have certain artists on Batman, like when you have indie artists on Batman, Jock is all right, but there are some things that Jock does I don't care for with Batman. And then you have some people, and like going back to Tom King's Run, he will have certain people on there that are indie artists, and I'm just like, okay, man. I mean, I'm not going to pay $4 fucking, but Batman should always be, I understand, stylized or some shit, yeah, but it should be clean enough to where it's like you can actually. It doesn't have to be fucking Jim Lee or Clay Mann or Mikhail Jan or Klaus Janson or whoever the fuck, right? Alex Ross. It doesn't have to be that pristine, but it has to be good, I mean, like very good. It has to be like Jason Fabok good, because you're talking about fucking Batman here.
Well, you've got your classic. You've got your classic artists on Batman that defined him. I mean, you've got like Neil Adams and Breyfogle and Miller, and those guys really kind of defined his look. Well,
Greg
Bill
Capullo does too.
Yeah, Greg Capullo, absolutely. And some guys just can't pull it off. That's like Steve Dillon, whose art I really liked on
Preacher,
on Hellblazer, which I thought was amazing, and on The Punisher. But when you put him on a full Capes book, his art's horrible. It just doesn't mesh up. So there are certain artists that can do certain genres, and going back to the original comment, the art in From Hell was horrible.
Yeah,
it wasn't even comic book art.
Yeah,
it was like some little kid scratching on it.
Yeah, and that's why man, I've seen that shit, man, at like Barnes and Nobles, man, for like I don't know how much, man, like $35. I'm like, hell no, I ain't paying for this shit. But yeah, I mean, but let me just make one thing clear real quick. Jason Fabok is an amazing fucking artist. I mean, the guy did all of Dark Side War, like every fucking issue, like main issue, excuse me, of that book. And it's fucking phenomenal. Like the guy, I mean, even on his bad day, that guy is better than a lot of fucking, indie fucking talent.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, and that's that. I just want to make that clear. I was just saying that because he takes a lot of time. He takes a lot of, I mean, because Jason Fabok was on an interview saying that, listen, look, I mean, he's very openly Christian, and he's very openly about his Christianity and stuff. And he's like, hey man, when I put my work into doing something, especially my art, it's like I'm doing it for God, right? I'm wanting to put every detail, everything I can into this book because I'm basically making it for God. I mean, that's how his mindset is. It's not like he's actually making it for God. It's just that's how he gets so good, at doing it, and just. Even if he has to be rushed about it, he's like, listen, look, I'm okay. I can cut here, cut there, but still I'm going to make it, great, and yeah, so yeah, I didn't want to cross words or anything, but yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why the whole Clay Mann thing, like with the Batman Catwoman stuff, but yeah, I don't, but the Tom King stuff too, it's like, yeah, I'm glad they're fucking cutting his run, because
Oh,
honestly,
yeah.
like the Peter J. Tomasi shit that's been going on in DC or Detective Comics is better than his fucking shit. The main Batman stuff, because they have the Arkham Knight, which is not Jason Todd, is actually the daughter
Yeah.
of what's his nuts,
Yep.
Arkham, Doctor Arkham, what, Alexander Arkham or whatever the fuck his name is. It's his daughter, and I think that's pretty badass, you know. And Peter J. Tomasi, who was on,
Yeah. Well, what?
Oh, go ahead, brother. You got it, man. Did you lock up?
No, I was just listening.
Oh, okay. No, you're gonna say something.
No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
I was agreeing with you.
But yeah, because Peter J. Tomasi was on Superman with that book, doing the whole Kent's, and then when Twitz's nuts, oh fucking Baldy, oh Bennis, when he came over, he wanted to do both Superman books, and basically wanted to send fucking John and Lois out to the fucking cornfields with Grandpa Jor-El in fucking nowhere. And that's like like literally Peter J. Tomasi was the reason why I started buying fucking Superman, because I actually like that family dynamic. And Bendis is supposed to be the guy who actually has a fucking family, should know how to write about a fucking family. And it's like, you're telling me that you can't write about a fucking Superman family when you already have a goddamn family? What are you, a fucking moron? And it's like,
Yeah.
and even he's been tanking the fucking Superman books.
Bendis, I've never been a fan of. I didn't really like him when he was at Marvel. He did
love
some
his
good
Daredevil.
stuff that was enjoyable, but I've just never been a huge fan of his. I just haven't. And when they were like, he's coming to DC, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like, why? I mean, he would be better suited for like Batman. And I get it. Like when he came over, Tom King is already fucking stapled. Like, hey, this is like fucking. I have my 100 issue run going on. Fuck you. And then now he's doing his Jinx World shit with Scarlet and all these other fucking people. Because creating
you can't
characters.
touch it.
Yeah, because basically for him, it's like creating characters is like a fucking residuals. I mean, that's the biggest thing, is that he'll keep on making money so long he keeps on making characters. That's like his Riri Williams. I mean, well, that's fucking James Rhodes's fucking niece, asshole. We already had that shit in like the 90s. You could have just took that. Oh, no. I'm not gonna get paid for that character because Marvel already owns her. But fucking I want to get some motherfucking money, so I don't have to write 12 goddamn books just to make a decent salary. So I'm gonna create fucking characters like Jessica Jones and all these other fucking characters. And he probably still gets residuals from those characters. I mean, the guy ain't hurting for fucking dough, is what I'm saying. But yeah, but yeah, Peter J. Tomasi's fucking DC Comics is fucking better than the main shit. I mean, and DC, and like, let me just be clear, man. Let me be frank. DC's fucking up in a big bad way, man. Thank Christ.
He's just not. He's not my biggest. Oh yeah, he's just not my favorite writer.
No. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, and I have no. I mean, that's like next week we fucking finally get number 10 of Doomsday Clock. Way to
Oh,
fucking
Peter
go
J.
there.
Tomasi is a phenomenal writer. I loved it. Didn't he do Green Lantern Corps?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That was that was when I don't know if it's New 52 or pre New 52. It probably was New 52. Yeah, when Jon Stewart was in charge, and
you're really lagging. Oh, I'm really lagging. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That DSL,
Hello.
man, that classic DSL.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Did you catch up now? But yeah, no, you're right. He did do Green Lantern Corps.
I mean, what else?
What else? What? Hello? Are you looking up something or? Yeah. Yeah, we're just confirming that Chris is lagging. So, but it's cool, man. We still go on with the show. But yes. But yeah, so I just to wrap up the Tom King stuff, yeah, I'm totally happy his shit's coming to an end. I have no idea. I'm answering stuff from 3 minutes ago. Holy Jesus.
I hate my internet.
I know, man. It's like, well,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. So why we got to get you a provider, man, or some shit, man, like some fiber optics. Get it up in Rome Mountain. But yeah, I am happy that Tom King's run is coming to an end. I am intrigued about the Batman, Catwoman. Can't wait. I hope that Clayman does all 12 issues, and it's not like okay. Oh shit. Okay, we lost Chris. So yeah, and Chris is back again. Yeah, then you good? Hello. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Hello. Okay, hold on. Did you send me a message? Chris is. Okay. Jesus. So yeah, well, Chris tries to fix his stuff. Yeah, the but yeah, I do believe that I am kind of like I said, like Batman don't need my money. Batman doesn't. But since Batman is a primo dude, hold on. Chris is trying to get. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, I think something happened to my esteemed co-host.
No, I'm here, dude.
off. I thought it was on my end, but looks like it may have been on his. I can't contact him.
I'm here, brother.
So let's maybe talk about movies. No, just over a bunch of comic books. I'm Books of Magic, which is phenomenal. I'm also reading House of Whispers and universe of books from DC, and they are all good. I dropped off Lucifer. It wasn't just wasn't tickling my fancy. I do highly recommend all those three other books. As usual, anything old, 70s, 80s from Marvel and DC is all good. Even their crappy stuff is good from the 80s. Time sticklers, 70s. Other than that, that's about all I'm reading right now, other than some to be able to buy 100 pagers that started out at 50 cents, which is, half a penny a page, and went up to 60 cents. While, more than, I'd say 2/3 of the book it was worth it. But they were old reprints from a long time ago. And they were, stick. So if you ever get a chance to pick those up, do so. You can get them for pretty cheap. I think that is going to be all for me today. Just hoping back in here.
Hey,
but it doesn't look like he's going to, and we're still running live. I can do stuff.
Can you hear me?
What can I do? I will later. Hopefully, Greg comes back on here and takes us off live. Otherwise, it's going to be a bunch of dead air at the end of this.
Hello.
Have a good evening, and aloha. It was good. Bye.
Okay, everyone. I don't know why Chris couldn't hear me, but okay, I think it's on Chris's end. But yeah, so this has been like one really, oh my god. Okay, so yeah, good times, good times. But yeah, okay, so yeah, but yeah, like I was saying before, the whole Tom King thing. Yeah. But yeah, what else have I been doing? I don't make this all about me, but yeah, we're going on an hour. But yeah, I've really been into the Punisher. I really do like the second season. I haven't finished it yet, but I hope my hope for the Punisher is that basically it ends with a really good ending for Frank. He meets a woman named Beth and her son Rex, and I kind of what I'm hoping is that they actually, he actually kind of basically goes off with them and starts a new family with them. That's my hope. And he puts the Punisher down and lets it subdue. unless if it needs to come back again, right? You know, the persona of the Punisher. But other than that, and that's what people. I mean, I heard that people say that yeah. I mean, basically they probably got word on high early, and they ended it in a good place. So I have no idea how it ends, but I'm hoping that that's the way it ends. Um, because there's only so many. The thing about the Punisher and the thing that about like the Punisher comics is that there's only so much you can do of him just being this one man war. I mean, the reason why I got the Punisher comics is because of Tim Bradstreet's art on him, his covers. I mean, the interior art, a lot of it's shit. I mean, you know, if I'm being perfectly honest, Tim Bradstreet does not do the interior art of any of those fucking books. Steve Dillon, I think his art's really good in Preacher. I'm not anything outside of Preacher. I'm not really that great. Um, Glenn Fabry is the one who did the Preacher covers. I actually got all three Rage books from Dark Horse, which is called Rage After the Impact, which is actually a prequel to the game Rage for the Xbox 360 and the PS3. And it's really, and I mean, the interior art's shit. I mean, it's not that great, but I got those at Mr. K's too for $1 each. So $3 plus that Punisher number 60 that I showed off earlier. So yeah. Yeah, but I've never been a big person. It wasn't until John Barenthal's Punisher till I really was like, okay, because like I said before, I have the Final Days Requiem comic book, and I mean, Mike Barron is a pretty good writer. I mean, he's the one who wrote that story, Final Days, but I mean, and the art and the '90s art of the Punisher and '80s art too is pretty cool. Like late '80s, early '90s, because it's very clean and they make Punisher look pretty badass. And also too, I mean, I like Garth Ennis' Punisher because, especially like his Punisher Born, because the Punisher was born out of Vietnam. And you can debate me on this one, but Vietnam is the most gruesome, brutal fucking war that America has ever had. More gruesome than World War One, more brutal than World War Two, more brutal than the wars that I was in, Iraq and Afghanistan, Middle East. So it's more brutal than that shit. I mean, they had flamethrowers. Geneva Convention went out the fucking window. They had napalm. Korean, even worse than the Korean War, man. I mean, there was a lot of shit, and motherfucker can, debate me on it all day, man. It's like, I was not there, but dude, like, let me tell you, man, I've had family members that were in both Korea, the Korean War, and Vietnam, and man, and just talking with military vets from Vietnam, I'm fucking, I'm like, hey, man, fucking, I have mad respect, and hey, man, I defer to you when it comes to fucking who had the fucking worst war, totally Vietnam, because there was a lot of shit. I mean, it was, a war that, some people believe that we had no fucking business being in, just like, the Iraq war, one of the wars I fought. And, I mean, do I think that we should have been there? Hell yes. And I stand by that. And I don't give a damn what anybody says, they can kiss my ass for all I care. If a person wants to, get that fucking bold and like tell me that, we had no business being there, fuck you. Yeah, we did. It's like, because you're telling me that what my actions over there and every other soldiers, Marines, airmen, seamen, fucking coast person, who was over there, their actions meant nothing. There was a fool's errand. Fuck you. And that's how I am. But also too, I like the premise of Frank Castle, because he's a decent man. He's a man. He's not a good man, but he tries to be a decent man, at least. He tries to be humane, but he's not a good man. He's a very Jamie Lannister-esque character with decency, who hasn't lost all of his honor yet. And that's what I like about Frank Castle. Like Jamie Lannister is a man who just betrayed his honor because of swearing oaths after oath after oath after oath, and that's, I can relate to that character because I've sworn multiple oaths too, right? And maybe some, if I look hard enough, there's been probably a few that I betrayed for another oath over another. So, you know, one oath trumps another. It's just, it's just the way it is. I mean, and that's like one of those things. I mean, you can be a dick and be like, well, too fucking bad. I mean, but that's just how it is. I mean, that's the reality of the situation. And somebody can say, well, don't swear so many oaths. It's like, yeah, that's easier said than done sometimes. So, but yeah, so yeah, that's why. And then Frank Castle knows guerrilla warfare. It was like I was talking about before. I was saying this in the car on the drive to Dwayne's World, that Captain America is the poster boy for what the military is or can be. The reality of the situation is Frank Castle is a reality of what the war actually, what the military actually is. And the reason why I like the Punisher, especially like season 2 and season 1, is not just because of John Barenthal, is because you have soldiers dealing with fucking, his best bud, Marine medic Curtis is a counselor. It has for vets, military vets of foreign wars and stuff like that, and he helps them try to deal with stuff. And there was this one guy in the newest episode, in the latest season, guy's been living out his fucking car, and and the kid, he's a kid that basically never saw himself going to college, never saw himself being anything. I mean, I think the kid said that, he's from the projects or just from a really shitty neighborhood. And, no one ever gave a shit about him. So the first time that anyone ever gave a shit about him was the military. He took the fucking opportunity. And yeah, and part of me can relate to that. I'm not saying that I didn't have people giving a shit about me, but I was at a very, very low point in my time, and the military was there for me. And truth be told, I felt like that was the only place, man, like I could go to where I had sanctuary, tranquility, and solace. And the only thing I had to do was fight a fucking war, go over to some foreign land and fight, and I get paid. Okay. And some part of me did it because of pride. Part of me did it because, maybe of my, family lineage, legacy, stuff like that. Whatever a person wants to say, label it, I don't give a fuck, I know it's an amalgam of all that shit, but I don't care what people say. My reasoning, it doesn't matter. What the fuck the reasoning was. But the thing is that, and then, the kids in a food line that Curtis is has at the rec center, or the meeting place that he has his meetings at and stuff. And they got tables out, and so they get free meal and stuff, and it's like soup and bread and all that jazz. And he takes the kid to the side. He says, "Hey man, I got a surprise, I guess special thing for you." And like he gets the kid a pair of glasses. Like I guess he got a prescription or something. He got him prescription glasses, and I guess the kid couldn't like really see real well before, and it was just so touching because like the kid just kind of gave Curtis a fucking big ass hug, and that's like the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. And it's like, and yeah, pull at my heartstrings, and because you have to understand is that not all veterans are fortunate people. A lot of veterans, it sucks because when you're a military personnel, especially a dude, and you were like 11 Bravo infantryman, or if you were a Marine infantryman 0311, you're taught basically suck it up, drive on, drink water, and fucking just keep on going. Pain is weakness leaving the body. You keep that shit inside. You don't fucking tell people about you. No one wants to hear your fucking sorrows. Or, fucking your tiny heart syndrome. Your THS, fucking no one wants to hear about that shit. And so, yeah, so it's hard for a lot of veterans. I mean, people say, oh, they can get help. They can do this. You don't understand, man. We are not programmed like that. Okay, especially if you've been in for a long fucking time. There's the right way, the wrong way, and the military way, and sometimes common sense doesn't factor even in the fucking military way because the military just tells you what to do, and you fucking execute. You soldier the fuck on. You Marine the fuck on. You Airman the fuck on. You Seaman the fuck on. You do whatever. Coast person the fuck on. Whatever your fucking forte is. That's the realness. And so yeah, and that's like there was one kid, in season 1 of The Punisher was dealing with PTSD, and they showed the bad. I mean, like Frank Castle is dealing with PTSD too, but and that's the thing about PTSD. PTSD hits people differently. Like the bad way that the kid was dealing with PTSD, that showed you the fucking like a very bad way of him dealing with it, and him, he used violence and against others, especially people who are in the military as well. And then Frank, Frank uses violence as well too, but I mean, it's not, his is more for justice. It's not to just straight out hurt innocent people. And I'm not saying that violence is good, but the thing is that sometimes, when you have something, not an animal, not a beast, but an unnamed feeling, you can't. It's just, there's just no name for it. The emotions, the whatever the scenario or situation that you're in, there's just no name of it. You can't label it. Yeah, and then you try to get back into regular life, especially like first world life, where you see people with their fucking cell phones and doing selfies and shit, and I'm like, yeah, man, I do it too, or I'm trying, and that's like integrating back into trying to adapt back into civilian life is the hardest motherfucking thing, because basically, I said this before, earlier today, that basically you are standing alone. Everyone stands alone. Everybody. But the thing is, and especially for veterans, it's harder, especially veterans of foreign wars, and motherfuckers who's actually seen some shit, been in some shit, and know some shit. It's even harder for them because it's you have to understand it's like that we don't connect with loved ones the same way that you may do, and we may push loved ones away, and no matter how hard they want to love us, we just keep on pushing because it's like, no, you don't want to see the bad. We don't want to show you the bad. We just want to stand alone. And the thing is that sometimes, no one wants to stand alone. You always want somebody to stand with. But at the end of the day, that's the best thing that you can do is just sacrifice yourself, your happiness, you stand in aloneness. Yeah, hope, you wish, you pray that someone would come stand with you in your loneliness or aloneness, and you can share, moments, right, with each other, no matter how big or small. But you desperately seek that or try to find that, and after a while, you just stop. You're like, this is my life, and you just days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and you find solace in not giving up, but just accepting that this is probably your fate for the rest of your life. And no matter how hard you try to change it, no matter how hard you try to do, you can fuck it up even worse if you try too hard. I know. And it fucking sucks. But sometimes you just gotta let shit be. And I'm not trying to be a downer or anything, but it's just like and for me, on a psychological level, I mean, The Punisher, I mean, at times it can be very hard for me to watch because that show, I'm not talking about the character Frank Castle, just the veterans of foreign wars that are there, and that, I mean, it's like, because you can tell that they did their research, that they basically, because a lot of people, a lot of vets, I mean, I've I've been in rooms and shit with other veterans, of you know the Middle East, and one in Korea, a couple in Vietnam and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just you hear the stories and stuff, and it's just one of those things where it's like, it's fascinating to realize that, yeah, man, that a lot of people, that I'm not alone in feeling this way. Even motherfuckers, man, who fought a war, right, like 40 fucking years ago, 50 years ago, got pretty much, similar feelings to what I got. And they've been living with this shit longer. How they've been doing it, I don't fucking know, man. But it's like, Jesus, I mean, they're like a goddamn rock. And they've just been enduring. And, it's just, I mean, that type of shit for me is like really inspiring. And maybe, deep down inside, that's what keeps me to keep it on, right? But yeah, that's, just, and yeah, do I miss it? Yeah, I do. I miss the camaraderie. I miss a lot. I miss the brotherhood. I do. But I mean, I did 8 years. I you know, I did my time and did, like I miss a lot of stuff from it. But I wanted to further my education. I wanted to further my understanding about life. I wanted to broaden my horizons, so I don't regret getting out. Not my damn sight. But I'd be a fool to say that I don't miss it, because I do. I mean, I'm glad I got out when I did, because I wouldn't be the man I am today, and the man I'm going to be in the future. So, but yeah, if just real quick, if you haven't seen the first season of The Punisher on Netflix, it's really good. I wish I could get it on Blu-ray, on physical media, because I would definitely pick that up. If I could get Punisher season 2 on physical Blu-ray, I would as well. I mean, like I said, I haven't finished it, but I'm pretty much halfway done with it, and I'm thoroughly fucking enjoying it. A lot of people don't really like it. A lot of people said it was kind of slow and not as good as the first. Second season's not as good as the first, and that's maybe true. But who gives a shit? I mean, to me, it's a continuation of the fucking story. It's like, is Ghostbusters 2 supposed to be better than Ghostbusters Run? Who gives a fuck? It's a continuation story. You're getting to see these characters' lives and be in their lives again. And see their lives play out. Who fucking cares? But yeah, so that being said, I'm going to start winding this down. And yeah, hey, listen, thank you so much for. I'm sorry we didn't really get into any fucking topics. I mean, I ain't going to get into it, but yeah, that internet stuff just fucking drives me up the fucking wall. The shitty internet. But yeah, so what do? Drink beer, stay calm. If you don't have any beer, then just stay calm. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. And I hope everyone has a great Memorial Day. And remember, just try to stay. If you see some crazy guy talking to himself in a park or something, just think about, like, that guy is probably a person who fought for your freedoms, probably seen people die other than him for your freedoms and for his freedoms and for my freedoms as well. Seen some shit. And it's hard for that person to process that shit. He's probably a fucking veteran. And probably not getting the type of psychiatric care that he needs, or even housing care that he needs as well, because he's probably homeless. So just remember that shit. And I'm not saying that you gotta approach that dude. And I'm not saying that if you approach that dude, you're gonna get fucking stabbed. I'm just saying that I'm just saying, if you see people like that, pay attention and notice them. Don't look away. Because that right there is the worst fucking thing that anybody can do on the face of the fucking planet, is looking away and being like, not my problem. So yeah, that's my fucking 2 cents about that shit. But yeah, hey, listen, look, happy Memorial Day. Love to all, God bless, and as always, thank you so much, and aloha.